Hey everyone, Chocobo here and welcome back to my Final Fantasy IV walkthrough. Today we are going to make our way through Troia and find the Earth Crystal that Cain wants us to get so that we can exchange the crystal for Rosa. There are 4 items in this town and they're all in this top left patch of grass. We've got some gil, we've got a decoy, we've got an ether and we've got a dry ether. That's it. That's all we need to do in Troia, honestly. There's a few other things. There's some stuff you can buy. There's a membership you can get. But in terms of the achievements, this is all you have to do. You don't have to do anything else in this town. So we won't. As simple as that. Okay, let's head into the castle then. And see what's up. Now, unlike all the other kingdoms in this world, it appears that instead of a king, we've got 8 clerics, and they all say something about, oh no, the dark elf in the cavern. Yeah, he's got the crystal, and metallic is bad. And you know what else is bad? Old women who get in my way. But yeah, so we can't actually get anything here. Nonetheless, there are a few items we can pick up in this castle. By stepping on this switch 4 times, we get access to 4 different rooms containing 2 tents, 2 high potions, 2 ethers, and do you think there's going to be 2 of an item in this room? You're right, 2 more ruby rings. Hooray! There is also a Bacchus item here, Bacchus' cider there in the pot, but we don't want to go down the left stairs just yet. There's 18 more chests to go, but we can't actually pick them up. So in order to get to where we want to go, we need to take a different method of transport. But before we go, we need to go see somebody because we can't just defeat this guy by ourselves. We're going to need help from our old friend Edward, who it turns out did survive the shipwreck. He wants to join our party. We will happily reject him. And Teller and Edward are like, oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, I'm sorry too. And, well, Teller will not be sorry in the slightest. Because he's, you know, well, whatever. Anyway. Yeah, Young survived. Rydia did not. Yeah, this game has no problem killing off little girls. Anyway. Yeah. Edward was a lot of help taking care of Cecil and Rosa. Yeah, he was definitely useful, hiding and being dead. And it does indeed mean we have an airship. How else do you think we got here? Yeah, well, it turns out that, you know, we're not very good at looking after Rosa. Yeah, so we're going to tell Edward that we're after the Dark Elf. And in order to defeat the Dark Elf, we need something called the Twin Harp, also known as Whisperweed in other versions of this game. But it's going to prove very useful. Do not leave, I repeat, do not leave Troia Castle without the Twin Harp. You will be very, very sorry. Okay, with that done, we can now leave the Troia Castle area and head up to the cavern. But in order for us to do that, we need to fly. So let's fly over there. And you can see that there's the cavern, but there isn't anywhere to land. What are we going to do? Well, it turns out the game developers were very sneaky and did not want us to fly via airship. We need to fly via Chocobo instead. But before we do that, there are some enemies we need to take care of, starting with the Treant. 335 HP, weak to fire. The Death Flower behind it, 440 HP, also weak to fire. So no surprises what I'm going to do here. Simply going to cast Firaga. Any second now, there we go. Boom, first try. And there we go. There are 3 more enemies we can run into here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to try and run into each of them, and then when I need to heal up, I'll just go into the town. But we've got another enemy here, the Hell Needle. The Hell Needle is 398 HP, no weaknesses, does the annoying thing where if you have the audacity to hit it with a physical attack, it will simply counter that with a needle counter. Very annoying. 1 survived, so we can just finish it off with the physical attack. Boom. There we go, Cecil gained a level as well. 2 more enemies to find. Hopefully we'll find them fairly quickly. One's pretty rare, the other one not so much. Okay, we have actually found another one straight away. We've got the Twin Snake here at the back, 108 HP, weak to ice. So once again, Teller, we're going to have him doing the Blizzaga stuff. Let's attack with Young to show off the counter. There we go. That's all I wanted to do. We didn't really talk about Sid. He has 3 attacks, or 3 abilities, attack, items, and study as well, which is basically Libra. I don't think it requires more of an explanation than that. Okay, 1 more new enemy to find here. Hopefully we get it on the first try. If not, I will cut to the chase. Oh, we did actually get it. Fantastic. This is the Kate Sith, or Ketshi, 342 HP, weak to Holy. So we can get it here with Cecil. That would be great. Boom. If the Kate Sith / Kate Shees, whatever, if they're left alone, if they're the last enemy left, they will cast Blaster, which can either paralyze or kill you. Very, very dangerous. I really should not be using this ether. I didn't really plan properly. But yeah, we're just going to use Farag here to take out the Hell Needles. We should be okay. Wow, we got these new enemies very quickly. Very impressed. This should do it. There we go. Nice. Okay, and with that done, I will head into the inn and I'll meet you back on the world map. Okay, so in order to get to our destination, we will need to, as I mentioned earlier, take a Chocobo. However, we're not looking for any old Chocobo, we're looking for a black Chocobo. This one will have the ability to fly from one forest to another. Life is pretty good. This is the only forest as well where we can get it. The Chocobo Village, not even a forest. There are some items we can pick up here, 3 in fact. The first one is the Gazelle Greens. That is our black Chocobo that we were looking for. And then the others... Oh, this is very sneaky. There we go. I always get this wrong. There's Gazelle Greens and Gazelle Greens. That is all 3 items we can pick up here in the Chocobo Forest. There's a black Chocobo. And now we can fly with a different theme as well. Can't fly over mountains, can land in a forest, and doesn't run away. However, if you were to get back on the Chocobo, it will automatically take you back to the Chocobo Village. You can't go there a second time. Welcome to the Magnetic Cavern. Basically, in fact, let me show you the gimmick of this area in an encounter. Anyone with metallic equipment will be weighed down and cannot act. So, case in point, I'm going to just get into an encounter and everyone but Sid cannot act. It's really messed up, and you might be thinking, how can I tell if someone can't act? Well, you'll see that there's a slight glitch effect going on here in the Magnetic Cavern right now. If you have this glitch effect, it means someone has the equipment. It's as simple as that. What's even more messed up is that I'm not going to move anyone's equipment. I'm not going to get a treasure chest yet. I'm not doing anything. I am just going to run away from all the enemies. We can get all these enemies later on, don't worry. This is going to seem absolutely ridiculous, I know, but trust me, this works. The only way we could be in any trouble is if we get ambushed or if there's a back attack. Even then, Sid should be okay. The enemies here, very slow. Very, very slow. Cave bats, they're very weak. Like, these cave bats here. No worries whatsoever. And we just need one person to escape as well. It doesn't matter if the other 3 are paralyzed. If all 4 party members are paralyzed, that's an automatic game over. So make sure, if you're doing this strategy, that at least one person's naked. I mean that sincerely. Otherwise, you're going to be in a lot of trouble. These mind flayers are very important. We will come to those later, don't worry. They're the rarest encounter in this cavern, but they're not actually all that rare. So don't fret too much. Yeah, again, we're not actually going to fight any encounters. We're just going to run away from everything. Which is very counterintuitive, I know, but trust me, it makes sense. In the next room, there are no encounters. However, before we go in, I want to give Sid the iron arrows. This is a metallic piece of equipment, and it will also render him useless. I know. It seems really stupid, but there's a good reason why we're doing this. Yeah, let's head in. Oh, yeah, there's the Dark Elf. I commend your effort, but your excursion and here you will never get the crystal. Yeah, this guy speaks weird. You cannot defeat me with those weapons. Yeah, we actually can't. And that's kind of the point. So because we equipped the iron arrows, it flags an automatic game over. But we actually need that flag to go off in order to progress the plot. It's a fight you can't win. Normally, the Dark Elf would have 23,890 health. But no. Yeah, we just want to skip the fight entirely, and so we shall. So, because we've run away from everyone, everyone is pretty much full health with the exception of Young. Young took like 20 HP. But we're feeling very good. So yeah, because we've got the twin harp, Edward knows that we're in danger. And he's going to start playing his own harp. His beautiful music. Which everyone will appreciate. Yeah, so the twin harp also starts playing the music. Hooray, Edward is saving us with the power of music. And the Dark Elf doesn't like this music. He prefers, you know, singers like Elvis Presley. And Alpha Fitzgerald. I'll stop now. But anyway. So, good news is that now that Edward is playing the music, the magnetic field is gone. Hooray! I now want to do some changing about. Let's see. Sid is actually going to keep the iron. He's not going to keep the iron arrows on. That is ridiculous. I'm going to put Sid there, Cecil there, Young there, Teller in the 4th slot. I'm going to row. So now everybody is in a good position. Okay, I just had to very quickly take a phone call. Don't ask. Let's get underway. So, now that this has started, it's going to be very simple. Cecil wants to attack. Sid also wants to attack. Teller for the time being wants to defend. And Young's also going to attack. We're going to let this happen for a bit. The Dark Elf is going to just do some very weak attacks. He's going to cycle Fire of Thundara and Blizzara. He's then going to cast Tornado. And then he casts Hex, which hits somebody. But because we've done enough damage, that's not happening. We've got the Dark Dragon, 3,927 HP, weak to Holy. What we want to do here, this is very much a do as much damage as possible in one fight. So, Cecil's going to attack. Sid's going to attack. Young's going to attack. And remember those Bacchus we've been saving up? Now is when we're going to start using them. Bacchus on... Ooh. Bacchus on Cecil, sorry. There we go. I got my ordering slightly wrong. I thought I was controlling Cecil. Anyway, we'll get a Cura off. Cure spells pretty much instantaneous in this game. But yeah, that's the basics. Cecil is going to start hitting this guy really hard. Really, really hard. Attack, attack. Dark Breath is a bit problematic, but we should be okay. From this point. There we go. The great thing about Berserk is that you also do a bit more damage. We had a really low roll with Cecil's second attack. If we were slightly luckier, we would have killed the Dark Dragon in 2 turns, but it is what it is. A win's a win. Everyone gains a level. Nothing interesting though apart from that. And yep, the Dark Elf is no more. Good times. Edward has saved us. By the way, if you come in here with no Twin Harp, everyone dies and that's game over. Simple as that. Now that we've got the Earth Crystal, it is time that we made our way out of here. However, there are 5 new enemies that we have actually already run into, but we now need to actually get them into our bestiary. First things first, there is an emergency exit there. Don't forget to get it. Here is the first of our new enemies. In fact, there's 2 of them. Let's talk about Draculady, 270 HP, weak to fire, holy, and healing. The cave bats are 334 HP and weak to holy and throw. Teller being Teller, we're just going to use his Firaga ability, or Firaga. I'm pretty sure it's Firaga though, let's be honest. The great thing about this version of the game is that the Blood Feast ability is a lot quicker. In the original, even in the GBA and PSP versions, it's super slow. It's really slow, really annoying. Yep, easy dub though. 2 of the enemies down, 3 to go. Before I go any further, I'd like to go in here. And I would like to use a tent. One of my many, many tents. We took quite a lot of damage in that Dark Dragon fight, which is unfortunate, but it is what it is. Okay. Save if you want, but honestly, I think we're in a good spot. We've already fought the Draculady, so I'm going to Draculeave. And carry on our way through the cavern. Unless we run into another Draculady and Cave Bat fight. Great, thanks. Still 3 more enemies to find, as I previously said. In this chest, we've got a Fairy Claw, which is a good weapon for young. So we've already talked about the Ketchis, but we have another new enemy here. The Ogre, 865 HP, weak to Holy as well. Yeah, let's use Firaga. Sid can attack there. Young... There we go, we'll get him attacking the back one. If we've done this correctly, Teller should one-shot the Ketchis. Boom. I was kind of hoping we would one-shot we killed the Ogre there as well, but we can't have it all. Okay. Another enemy dealt with. Got the Fairy Claw. Okay, and now we're just looking for the Mind Flayers, who are rare on this floor. We actually got them. Nice. Mind Flayers also have the rather nasty habit of casting Blaster if they're left alone. So I want Cecil and Young to go after them. 300 HP. Boom, nice and easy. Sid's going to go after the Ketchis next. Firaga. What you could do if you're looking to be really techie, you could equip the Sid with a crossbow and some holy arrows. That will also hit the Ogre's weakness. Me personally, I can't be bothered to do that, but you can if you want. Okay, so there's 1 new enemy left to find. We got that Mind Flayer very quickly. Yep, back attack can be very dangerous, which is why we're going to run away. There's the Mind Blast. And Mind Blast can either paralyze or kill, or do nothing. That's my favourite, is when they do nothing. Has to be said. The Mind Flayers can drop the Mind Flayer Summon, which you will eventually need for the achievement, but there is a better way of farming it than right now. But there's 3 chests in here for the High Potion, Spider Silk, and an Hourglass. Okay. Still one enemy to find. We just can't seem to find it, which is very sad. Surely we can find it. Another save point if you're interested in it. I personally am absolutely okay with moving on with my life. The B2, there is a room in here which contains not the new enemy we're looking for. Run away from these 3 ogres. Ogres, by the way, susceptible to mini. If you're feeling like dealing with them that way. But anyway, we've got an ether and 2000 gil in this room here. Excellente. And then we have our other new enemy here, the Cave Naga. 285 HP, also weak to Holy. I think, honestly, we can defend here and just use the front 3. The Cave Naga's not going to do anything special at this stage. There we go, look at that. Boom! Nice and simple. And that's all the new enemies. We've still got a couple more chests to find. Got an ether. We have 2 more chests, in fact. Both of which are on the 1st floor. No, I have no interest in fighting the Kate Siths. Kate Shees. I will pronounce them 10 different ways for the rest of my life. Even though I know how they're supposed to be pronounced, for some reason I just won't do it. Anyway, there's a unicorn horn here. There's another random encounter. Run away, run away, run away. Thank you very much. And then up here, we have our final chest, which you can see in the top right-hand corner. Not going to touch this battle either. No point. Doesn't even give that much experience. It's not really worth it. And there's a high potion there. And that is all 10 of the chests we can get here. Hooray! Progress. Good job, us. Okay, with that done, we are done with the Magnetic Cavern. And we can head out. Boom. As I mentioned earlier, if you get back on the Black Chocobo, you will be taken automatically back to the Chocobo Forest. You do not get a choice in the matter, I am afraid. In order to dodge even more random encounters, because we've got all the enemies we need for our bestiary in this area, we can just use a normal Chocobo to get back. Boom. Goodbye, Choco. See you later. Alright, now that we've got the Earth Crystal and we have liberated it from the Dark Elf's clutches, we need to talk to the clerics. And they'll be delighted with the fact that we have taken down the Dark Elf. Oh, I've never had this much attention from 8 women before. That's a certain Final Fantasy fulfilled. Anyway, now that that's done, we can swap the Earth Crystal for our girlfriend. Well, the clerics thought we were doing this for noble reasons. So yeah, what we need to do from here is that we need to board our airship and make our way to Kane, who will help us initiate the trade. But before I do that, you may have heard me mention earlier in the episodes that there are some more treasure chests we can pick up here. You can only do this once you have completed the Magnetic Cavern. They have now granted us permission to go in here, even though we didn't technically talk to them, but the game accepts the trigger. So we get a high potion, a remedy, an ether, a dry ether, an elixir, echo herbs, great bow, fire arrow, 5,000 gil, thunder arrow, 50,000 gil, ice arrow, echo herbs, silver apple, dry ether, ether, remedy, and high potion. The one item there that will be of interest to you is the silver apple. Increases maximum HP by 50. Quite a good item, but we want to save that for one person in particular. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. There's also not that many apples in the game either, so you have to be very careful with who you give these to. But yeah, anyway, with that done, that's all 26 chests. Hooray! Good job us as I failed to climb the stairs. Please don't judge me too hard. At this stage in your BC area, you should have 71 entries and 137 chests complete. We are doing very well. We're making very good progress. We're about 1/3 of the way through the game. Okay, let's leave Troia Castle and make our way to Kane to conduct the trade. Actually, we'll do that in the next episode. In between episodes, I am going to heal up at the inn. But yeah, please don't forget to like the video and subscribe for more Final Fantasy content as well. But in the meantime, take care of yourselves, stay safe, and don't do anything I wouldn't do. Bye bye!